In Sri Lanka's wild, survival is rarely a solitary pursuit. The safest place to be is among your own. On this island, the animals that endure are often those that have learned a simple truth that to be one is to be vulnerable, but to be one of many is something else entirely. The Sri Lankan plains are home to over 7,000 wild elephants, a staggering number for such a small island. Being the darkest and the largest, they are a distinct subspecies of the Asian elephant. Most of the elephants in Sri Lanka are forest dwellers, having evolved for life in the shade. A full grown elephant can spend up to 16 hours grazing, feeding on different types of plants and grasses. Thus, they have evolved a special technique to eat the short, dry grass that populates the lowland plains. First, it's kicked, then twisted from the ground and shaken to remove any soil, then transferred to their mouth via their dexterous trunk. Their trunks can also carry up to 10 liters of water, which is useful for bathing and also to spray a layer of dust onto their backs, which helps protect the skin from the sun and rids it of any parasites. These giants can be seen alone or together in close knit family groups dotting the landscapes of Yala and Vilpattu. During the dry season, malnourishment can lead some elephants to look dry and withered. But seen once or twice, majestic bulls like this truly reflect the might and beauty of the Sri Lankan elephant in all its glory. These giants are not the only animals that find safety in numbers. To someone who observes them during the day, they might believe that they are among the laziest members of the bird family. But even though it's unusual for its kind, lesser whistling ducks are nocturnal hunters, preferring the quiet dark of the dusk and early morning to the harsh sunlight of midday. During the day, they can be found in flocks around lakes and waterholes, mostly resting and sleeping. These ducks are very social creatures, forming long lasting bonds with their partners and can be seen taking care of one another by mutual preening. While having a placid appearance, they aren't weak of heart. This is prominent during nesting season, when an adult may feign a broken wing to lure predators away to protect its offspring. And one of those is quite nearby. Not far from where the ducks rest, another family has made itself at home. Being the only member of the dog family in Sri Lanka, the golden jackal holds a special place in Sri Lanka's wilderness. In the not too distant past, it was a familiar presence at the edges of village life, more often heard than seen. It's called drifting across the landscape in the dusk, a constant, if invisible, neighbor. But as the landscape around it continues to change, the jackal has grown more withdrawn, retreating steadily from the edges of a world that is leaving less and less room for it. It was a common sight at the edges of many villages in the past, but as land patterns continue to change, they have started to slink away from the spotlight slowly but surely. Which is why encountering a family like this is no small thing. This pup will have the protection of its parents for at least the first year of its life, and will most likely join the pack as an equal when fully grown. At the moment, though, he seems quite intent on playing with its mother rather than hunting for their next meal. But do not let the playfulness fool you. The jackal is one of the lowlands' most important scavengers, cleaning up carcasses, controlling small animal populations, and filling a role that keeps the ecosystem from falling out of balance. It isn't a glamorous job, but it is a necessary one. The consequences of its decline are already being felt. As jackal numbers have dropped across the lowlands, peacock populations have grown unchecked, spreading well beyond the forest and into farmland, where they have become the island's most damaging agricultural pest. One animal's absence, another animal's problem. The elephant will not stray far from its herd tonight. Somewhere, at the forest's edge, a jackal pup will spend another night tucked close to its parents. As darkness settles over the lowlands, the calls begin, each one answered by another. Out here, nobody goes into the night alone.